Hello guys, welcome back. This time I'm going to show you how to use a SetState. But first, we have to design our button. As you can see, if you want to make your buttons big or small, then we can wrap our button with a container. So in our function, myButton, we'll try to change the elevated button to container. Then we're going to return a container. Return a container. And in our container, we have a child property, and there we can place the text button instead of an elevated button. So in our onPress, we're gonna use the onTap parameter, and child we're gonna use our text widget and use label, which is the parameter name. Let's try to save it. So we have here a text button. We'll try to add a design. So in order to add a design on our container, we can place here the height. Let's try to have a height of 60 and a width of 200. And we'll try to add a color. Let's say colors that pink. Colors pink. Save it. Let's run it. Now you have here the pink color of your button. But we'll try to add a decoration. Decoration property. Now, if we are adding a decoration property, we must remove the color here. Why? It may cause an error. Let me show you. If we place here, let's use box decoration, and then we can use a color property, and then we're gonna choose colors.pink. So if we have the colors inside our decoration, once you use the decoration property, remove the color here, or else it will cause an error like this. So how are you going to fix that is you remove the color from the container and place it inside the box decoration widget. Save it. Let's run it. And now it's okay. So let's try to add some decoration. Let's try to change the label. Try to add a style, text style. Then the color would be white. Let's try to add the size. Change the size to 30. Save it. And there you have it. If you want to change the button label, but we're not gonna change that. So let's design our button. Let's add decoration. After the decoration, let's try to use here border inside the box. This inside the box decoration, it has a property of border because if you hover to the box decoration, it has these properties where you can use them. So it has border, color, box shadow, gradient, and so on. Now let's try to add a border here inside the box decoration widget, border, and let's try to add border at all. Let's try to add a color, colors white. Save it. So we have here the white border. You can adjust the width if you want. Here we can adjust the width, maybe 0.3. Save it. Or 2. Save it. Now we have here 2 or 1. Let's try to make it 1. That's great. And let's try to add another property after border, comma here. Let's try to add another property which is border radius. And border radius widget, let's select circular. Let's make it 30. Save it. So we have here the radius 30. Let's try to place them below. So we're gonna add here in our home page, in our column, we're gonna add here a size box and a height of 30. Let's try to place here constant, save it, and then let's add a text. Let's have a variable here. So it's a string. Let's say a brand is equal to brand. Then we're gonna use this variable here to display text. So let's use a text widget. Then we're gonna use the brand variable. Let's choose a $sign for string interpolation. Save it. And there you have it, we have brand, but we're gonna have a style to that. Style, and then we're gonna use text style. Increase the font size to 20 and the color to white. Save it. And there you have it, the brand. Let's try to increase a little bit. Now, every time we click the button, this brand here should change. And how are we going to do that? Is by using the SetState. Now, SetState can only be used if you are inside the stateful widget. You can't use that if you're not inside the stateful widget. So here in our parameters, we're gonna change this to, we'll make a method which is change text. Now the purpose of using underscore means that our method is private. So we're gonna click this and we'll create a method change text. So automatically it will be displayed below before the last curly bracket. So here inside curly bracket of change text, we're gonna type here SetState. So we have here SetState, and inside the SetState, we're gonna place the variable brand and change it to, let's say, Apple. So without the SetState, you can't see the changes on the screen. Save it, let's try it. So if you click the button, so it will change to Apple. But if you're not using SetState, you can't see the changes on the screen. So that's the purpose why we are using SetState. Save it. Now you have Apple. Let's go with the second button. Let's change it to, let's make another method, but we'll rename it with change text to, and then we'll create another method. Again, we're going to use SetState, and then here we're going to change the brand to Samsung. So run it. If you click button 1, it will change to Apple. If you click button 2, it will change to Samsung. So that's the purpose of SetState. So guys, I hope you've learned a lot here by changing the design of our button. So we're gonna wrap it with container and add some decoration, color, border radius, depending on your preference. And we're going to use a method that has a SetState to display the changes on the screen. Without the SetState, we can't see the changes. So I hope you learned a lot in this tutorial. See you in my next videos.